Hi everyone, welcome to today's mock session. I'm very excited that you are here. Let me know where you are watching this from, and if you have any question, leave it in the chat. I will also appreciate it if you can share the live session with others. Today I have Steven, who is preparing for his F1 visa interview, and like I always say, this mock session is for me to give my opinion on his answers and everything else. And so yeah, because I'm human, I am bound to make mistakes, and I don't have access to these answers, right? I just listen to them like the visa officer does, and then just give my opinion. And so it is easy for me to miss certain things. And so if I miss something, you can always point it out to me, and then I'll read out to the one I'm interviewing. Okay. So yeah, I also hope you are all doing well. Yeah, today I don't know, I feel some way. Anyways, Steven, are you there?
Yes, please. Mr. ShaiPod.
Okay.
I'm there.
Okay, cool. Who is sponsoring your studies?
It's my company where I've been working with.
Okay. So you,
Please, ShaiPod.
yeah.
Please, is it the interview proper?
Yeah, interview proper.
Uh,
We are not playing at
oh,
all. We are on the
sorry.
battlefield.
Sorry. I thought you were just asking that question direct. Oh,
We
sorry. Sorry
actually
for
no,
that.
no, no, fine. We're actually live right now. So anyways,
Okay.
yeah, so let me just change things a little bit. So where are you going?
I've been admitted at AAB College in Wellesley, Massachusetts, to pursue a 1-year master's in financial mathematics, where I'll be studying data analysis, business intelligence, and business analytics. But I will be specializing in financial mathematics.
Okay, why do you need this program?
I chose this program because where I've been working as a financial accountant is facing financial setbacks because of lack of expertise in handling our financial modeling software. So I chose this program so that I'll be specializing in coding financial models.
I see. Uh, how many schools do you apply to?
I applied to only 2 schools, Denver College and the one that I just got the admission.
Okay, so why the one that you just got admission? Why that school? Why did you apply to that school?
Upon recommendation, upon recommendation and thorough research, the school that I chose it because they have a rigorous business educational environment, and they also have a finance lab, which will give me a practical hands-on what I'm going to learn. And they also give experiential learning opportunity to students, where Masters of Finance students are allowed to manage part of the endowment fund the school has as entrepreneur leaders, which will empower me to embrace uncertainty, identify opportunities, and manage our company's corporate portfolios.
Okay. What do you do at your current company? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Like, what is your current job? What do you do?
I work as a financial accountant in A&B Company, a distributor in British American tobacco.
And what do you do? Like, what are some of the things you do? Like, kind of your responsibilities.
I am responsible for sales, sales, sales reports, inventory taking, and also proofread financial reports.
I see. Okay. Who is sponsoring your studies?
I will be sponsored by A&B company where I work as a financial accountant. The company has been facing financial setback because of lack of expertise in the financial modeling software that the company uses as we deal with British American Tobacco Company. So I'll be returning to take the position as a financial analyst to upgrade and implement financial models that will help the company to generate more funds.
Why does the company want to sponsor you?
The company is sponsoring me for me to return to take the position as a financial analyst to solve the problem that we are facing. We lack the expertise in handling our financial models.
Okay. Um. Do you know what your cost of attendance is?
Yes, please.
How much is it, and how much is the company sponsoring you with?
My cost of attendance is 90,785, and I got award of 15,000. And my company will be sponsoring me with the remaining balance of 75,000.
Is a company a foreign company? I hate
It
tobacco
deals
and
with,
stuff like
it's a
that.
local company. Yes, please. It's a company that deals. We are sole distributors of British American Tobacco, so
How
we
how,
normally deals with.
how many people have your company sponsored in the past? Do you have an idea?
Initially, they were supposed to sponsor my brother. It is. Let me go it this way. It's a family company. My stepfather is the owner of the company and is now being managed by my stepbrother. But I didn't include it in the sponsoring aspect because I use the company who has been sponsoring. That is why.
I see.
So the company is managed by my brother.
Okay. Which countries have you traveled to in the past?
I don't have any traveling experience, but it has been within our locality, our regions, not outside.
Okay.
WGU offers more than 40 real world ready bachelor's degree programs designed with industry experts so you're prepared to make a difference and advance your career.
Okay. All right. So, okay. And do you have any relative in the US?
No, please.
Okay. I see. Um. Yeah, I think I have a fair idea of who you are, and I can give my opinion on how you have performed, right? So,
Okay.
um, there are a few things here actually. So, so where do I even start from? When I asked you who is sponsoring you, right? You said AB company and the fact that they've been facing some financial setbacks. As a financial accountant, how are you the one to resolve that issue for them? Like, it wasn't really straightforward for me. Like, I wasn't really sure about that aspect, right? I would have actually started with the fact that I work in this company as this, right? And like I've been working in this company for maybe 3 years as this, and they have seen my whatever. If you have won awards in the company, you can even say you've won awards, and they've seen your dedication and stuff like that. And but then the company has this issue, which they,
Okay.
because of your competence, they think that you are the one, you are somebody who can actually, come and steady because of your, I don't know, that. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that before a company will sponsor you, you have to prove that you are exceptional to the company, and you have to prove that you are valuable to the company based on how many years you have worked and what you have done for the company. So a company cannot just sponsor you like that. And you say you are currently a financial accountant, you want to return as a financial analyst. I'm not too sure about that transition, from financial accountant to financial analyst. It doesn't really convince me. Your cost of attendance is 90,000. The school is giving you 15,000, and the company is sponsoring you with 75,000. Why will you, in the first place, apply to a school where the cost of attendance is 90,000? That is disaster. Like, you never do that. Even if you have a company, I mean, I'll talk about that one. But even if the company has so much money, 75,000 to sponsor you, the study abroad process thing, like, I come across a lot of things, and sometimes it makes me sad because most of you guys, the right information is there, but some of you don't want to follow the right information. I go on TikTok, and sometimes TikTok will recommend a video, and somebody is recommending no SAT, no this, full scholarship, no application fees, and that is what students want. Students are following these useless videos, and it is not for me to come and then make videos and be telling you guys that no, these things are misleading, they are deceiving you because you guys are looking for this. Somebody will recommend a school to you, and then the person is telling you that the application fee is free, but the person is not telling you that the cost of attendance is 90,000. If the cost of attendance is 90,000, don't even apply to that school. If you know your parents don't have the money, don't even look at that school. Always try to look at schools where the cost of attendance is below 50,000, 50,000 and below, that kind of thing. But you are chasing, how can you even, in the first place? I am making a study abroad course which should explain everything, which should guide students and all of that, but students don't want that. Students don't want something that is going to show them how to do this. They want somebody to come and say they want somebody to come and say no SAT, no this, full scholarship, and then they are wasting their times. No, in the first place, you made a mistake, right? 90,000. I'm not too sure a company. That's why I asked you: is a company a foreign company or a local company? I'm not too sure about a local company that is so generous to spend $75,000 on you. Like, and in all the conversation, you never showed anything about your competence and about how many years you have worked in the company, about something about you that will make the company want to sponsor you. I didn't hear anything like that. So if I were a visa officer and you tell me it's not strong enough, right? I asked you if the company has sponsored someone in the past, and then you said it belongs to your stepbrother and stuff like that. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if your stepbrother is the one managing the company, then your family is rich, is very rich. And so my conclusion is, if your family is this rich, why haven't you traveled outside your home country before? You don't need travel experience to get your visa approved. But in situations like this, where the company has to sponsor you with 75,000 and the company belongs to your stepbrother, you cannot tell me that your company owns your family owns this company and then you have not traveled before. I will not buy that. Like, it's very difficult for me to believe that. You came here so that I can tell you what I think, right? And I can be wrong. I'm always open to being wrong. But then I'll tell you what I need to tell, because I'll not come and then be like, and then you go and then you are denied and you are like, oh, I didn't even tell you all of this. No, I'll tell you what I think. So your motivation, the reason the company is sponsoring you, I didn't really capture it from all that you said. when I ask you how many schools you apply to, you say you apply to University of Denver, and then the other one that gave you admission. No, the visa officer is so interested in an answer like that. What are the schools? Tell me which. Mention the names. You don't mention one name and say the other one is a school that gave you admission. No, that's not. And then the reason you applied to the school, you said upon recommendation by who? You said that's what you said. You said upon recommendation and then thorough research. In your research, what exactly were you interested in, right? You always have to, because the company is sponsoring you, you always have to connect everything to the company's needs. What is the exact gap that you are going to fill, and what are the skills in the program that you are going to learn which will help you fill those gaps in the company? I didn't see any connection between any clear connection between what you are coming to study and then the needs or the challenges of the company. To be approved with a company, everything has to be well connected, right? Every point, every opportunity you get, you always have to talk about the challenges in the company and exactly what the program is going to help you, how the program is going to help you solve those challenges in the company. That's how it should be, right? And when I ask you your responsibilities in your current job, you say you are into sales and then inventory taking. I don't know why a company will want to sponsor somebody who is into inventory taking and then into sales, and then you proofread financial report. The proofread financial report, and I was like, what do you mean by proofread? Like, you should be doing more complex stuff, right? Complex tasks, performing more complex tasks. Proofreading, I was like, okay. So what you currently do and then what you want to do, I am not too sure about a connection, like what you are currently doing and what you hope the degree will help you do. I'm not too sure about those connections. Whenever you are asked why do you need the program, ideally you have to start with your background, especially given the fact that the company is sponsoring you. So yes, you can start by saying I currently work in this company as this, and we have recognized that there is this issue in the company, and the company, because of my experience in the company and maybe 3 years working in the company and stuff like that, and the company identified me as I don't know, somebody who can who is smart enough or something to help the company out in that regard, something like that. I'm just, but if you sit down and then you craft the story well, you'll be able to come up with something that makes a lot more sense. But ideally, start with your background, who you are, what you do in the company, so that we know, okay, you're working in the company. I didn't know the company was sponsoring you until I asked you who is sponsoring you, which was probably my 5th question. But being sponsored by the company, ideally, you have to try and chip in that one if possible, as soon as possible. So why do you want to study the program? It's because of this. I'm currently working in this company, and then there is this gap, and so the company is sponsoring me so that I can learn these skills. And you have to be specific about the exact things you are coming to learn, and then how those things are going to help you solve the problems in the company. That's so. If I'll be brutally honest with you, I am not convinced, right? When I asked you where are you going, you were mentioning financial challenges, but I don't think you even said financial challenges. You didn't mention the company itself, that okay, financial challenges in ABC company where I work as this, that kind of, so that then that everything becomes clearer to whoever is listening to you. So there was a question, and I think you were not too sure about when I asked. Okay, I think when I asked you about your current job, if you go back and you listen to, I remember when I asked you about your current job, you were like you are into sales, and you were breaking. You were not sure about your responsibilities in the company. If you work in a company, you should know what you do, because it's an everyday thing, right? So I am not too sure. I mean, in the first place, you made a mistake applying to that particular school. No, you cannot. No, don't do that. So I am not too sure about your chances, and I am also a normal human being, and I can easily make a mistake. And the fact also is that sometimes you go for the interview and then something will happen. There are people that are approved, and I look at them like, how did this person like so but yeah, you can go and then maybe you prepare, and you still have chance, right, to prepare yourself before the interview.
Sure.
But
Okay.
yeah, so far you have a lot of work to do to be approved, right? Yeah. And I always say, if you know a company is not sponsoring you, I have seen this before. Somebody saying a company is sponsoring him, and then the person got to the US and the person is struggling because he lied to me that a company was sponsoring him, but a company wasn't sponsoring him, and he's struggling. Then you call me asking me about her. Okay, you guys have no idea. A lot of people reach out to me, right, about their financial challenges, like people in the US, and what can I do? Nothing except to suggest a few things which might work or might not work. It's very difficult. So if you know your parents cannot sponsor you, if you know the company is not sponsoring you, please don't go for the interview. People don't want me to say this, but I will tell you, don't. Even if you have to lose money, lose it, and then take your time. And yeah,
Shai, can I come in?
yeah,
Yeah. It is my brother. That is the company. It's
Okay.
managed by my brother. The company will be sponsoring me though. But I want to just cut down the cost that the company will be bearing as a owner of or as part of the managers of the company. So I have communicated with some professors, and one is saying that I should confirm. She will confirm for me by early May, for my teaching assistantship. I've done that work.
Okay.
I've done that work
Yeah.
after I got the admission.
Yeah, if you get a teaching assistantship, yeah, I think you can express yourself. That one is there. You can express yourself. So if you get a teaching assistantship position, then I think you have a very good chance. Yeah, that one, it gives you, the freedom to be a student, be a normal student. Because if you come and you don't have funding like that, you are not going to be a normal student. You are going to struggle. So
she says she'll be confirming it for me on early May, first week of May, and the interview too will be in June. So
okay, I hope you get it, because if you get it, that makes all the difference, right? If I were you, I wouldn't do this mock session. I would have waited, and I don't think I don't give students two chances like it, because it's like there are other people, right? I don't know, but if I were you, I will wait to get everything before I even fill the DX1C, because there is time. Students are always students are always trying to book quickly, get an interview date quickly. No, don't do that. If you are coming in fall, and then you have not finalized your funding and all these things, and you want to go ahead and then apply for the interview, I will not do that. It's not ideal. I will wait, because in June, if you get an offer in June, right, or let's say May, you are going to get a date before August. You surely get a date. Like, usually they are going to release a lot of dates in June, July. That is more like the peak, right? June, July, they will release a lot of dates. So if you wake up every morning, you are checking June, July, you will definitely get a date. So yeah, I will probably not, but then the only thing I can tell you is that if you get a GA, then you should prepare for how you got a GA, what made you get a GA, right? That is going to help you, because they can ask you that question. But yeah, everything else, just be clear about why you need to study the program. And like I always say, I genuinely care about students. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I am genuinely honest. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you don't have to praise yourself too much, but I know myself. Like, I know what I can do, what I cannot do, and I genuinely care about people. I don't want to see students wasting their money, or people deceiving students and all of that. But students don't want the truth too. So it's like, people like me, it's difficult. You tell people the truth and they don't like it. They're like, he's being negative. I don't know anybody who is more positive than me. Like, in the study abroad space, I don't know anybody who can write motivational messages. If I tell you my stories, like what I've been through and all of that, I know how difficult life is. People will think I'm in the US and everything looks rosy. But if I tell you the mistake that I have made so many mistakes, and that's why I know so many things that I can tell students. I can offer so much in terms of advice. And when I see some of you, I always don't want anybody to make the mistakes that I have made. Like I've made a lot of mistakes, and I am rebuilding my life, and so all of that. So when I say certain things to you people, like, it's not like I hate anybody. No, I want to take advice from you, the same advice that I want to take. I want to give you advice that I want to take from you. That is just the way I am. So yeah, it is what it is. So I wish you the best, and yeah, I mean, people know who I am, right? People know that I am brutal. I will tell you what I think, and it's just, still some students come to me, which is good to see, because yes, I'm not changing myself, right? Okay, so yeah, so good luck to you, and I hope you get a GA, because that is very very important. Your cost of attendance, no, is too much. It's way too much. Like it's dangerous. Like it's dangerous. You cannot pay. Like no. Okay, well, you say your family, but yeah. So yeah, good luck to you. Okay, good luck to you. And if I say something that you didn't like,
Okay,
it's not intentional. I just have to say it the way it is. So yeah.
Oh no, we have to face the reality.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We have to face the reality.
Yeah.
And that is good.
Yeah, that's good to know. So yeah, good luck to you. And there is, I coached somebody. He was coming to do an IT program, right? It's on my channel. Like I have made a video on that. He was using a company, right? You can look at some of his answers. That can also guide you in terms of how you answer. Okay, all right. So good luck to you. All right, yeah. So let's go into the comment section, and then let's have fun there. Make sure you share the live, okay, you guys. Okay. Okay. Where are we? TikTok. Let's do some TikTok quickly, and then we'll go to YouTube, right? So TikTok, /shared. Okay, share the live. Thank you. And then Zainal, thank you. And Isa says, shy self be confused. Sometimes I'm confused. Don says it's not easy, shy. It's not easy, man. The thing about funding is that everybody can get funding. Like, I'm not kidding, everybody. But then the study process, to be honest with you, it is very simple, but not easy. Simple means that all the information you need is actually there, everything you need. But then I student will come to me, I want fully funded scholarship, I want this, but they don't want to do the work. All they want to see is somebody recommend one useless stuff to them, and then they are quick to just go and waste their time. People will go around chasing some code. We are in February. Any free application fee school that you see, don't waste your time on it. I am telling you guys, why will a school wait until February before they give you a free application fee, like a waiver code? Why will a school wait until now? It's pointless. If a school gives you a waiver in December or September, October, that time, then that waiver can work. But after December, and you people are chasing free waivers. In the WhatsApp group, I will see people posting free waivers. I'm like, some of you just waste your time, right? In the Telegram page 2 days ago, somebody posted his PhD offer, right? He got a GA to do PhD in chemistry. He doesn't have masters, right? From bachelor's degree straight to PhD. This person doesn't have any publications. He doesn't have what something else. He doesn't have any English proficiency and all of that. But you know what he had? He had a GRE of 334. Somebody will tell you, oh, don't take the GRE. Yeah, GRE is not for everybody. It depends. If I will be honest with you, right, this is something I'm in my study about course. I will mention on all of that. Like, I'm thinking of making a video about if I were to apply again, some of the things that I wouldn't do. If I should come to the US again, when I was coming, I had a GP of 3.8 out of 4.0, and so I didn't take the GRE before I came. If I should come to the US again, I will take the GRE. I am telling you guys, I will take the GRE and then apply straight to a PhD program, because the master's programs, what they are going to teach you when you start a PhD program, you are likely to do the same things again as a foundation. So it's like waste of time. So me, I've wasted my time in the US. Like, when you have no idea. So yeah, if I have a strong application, if you don't have a strong application, then yes, go with the masters and then proceed to PhD. But if you have strong application materials, like with my GPA, I would have taken the GRE, because every economics PhD will require you to have the GRE. So I would have taken the GRE. Even if I have to take it 3 times, I'll take it 3 times, do well before I come to the US, so that I'll go straight to PhD and then not waste my time with this masters. And then when I came Ohio University, the masters in economics, it was a 1 year program. So before I finished my 1 year, I was quickly thinking, what is my next move? I was confused when I came, like 2016. I didn't know what to do with my life. And so that was the reason I had to do a second master's in IT, in the information and telecommunication. That program, I wouldn't do it, but I had this love for IT. And so it was like, okay, the economics is 1 year, quickly switch. And if I tell you that period, what I had to do to get into that program with a tuition waiver, I didn't have any background in IT, right? So yeah, when I was applying for my PhD, you guys have no idea the challenges I had with my PhD. I have a lot of experiences when it comes to these study abroad things, not just from coaching people but my own experiences. And when I tell you people, you are like, you think I'm joking, you think I am being too harsh. People will be telling you, people will be struggling to come here, and then when they come here quickly, I tell you guys that, oh, the process is simple and don't take GRE, don't do this. People will not tell you the truth. No. It is very competitive. My time, so when I came back, right, there were certain things that I may tell you that right now I will not even tell you the same. I will not even tell. Like when I was coming to the US, right, publications was not even an issue at all, right? Publication, you don't need a publication. But right now, so publications, having a publication is not a required document. But because of the competition, if you have a publication, it can help you. It is not like a required document, right? When you check schools application requirements, you don't see publications, which means that it is an optional thing, which means that with a good personal statement highlighting your research interest, specific research interest, that can equate a publication, right? But at the same time, if you have a publication, it's good. If you have the GRE, it's good. If you have evaluation, it's good. Every single thing, if you have it, is good. If you can attend information session, attend, because attending it, this guy Daniel talked about attending information session and all of that. If you can attend information session, attend. Don't use your time. People say, oh, I don't have data, but they have data to watch useless things on the internet, useless entertainment stuff. I don't have time for all this entertainment because I'm too focused. Like, it's about what is more important to you, right? Ask yourself. Yes, there is time for entertainment, right? I watch movies sometimes, but ask yourself, what is more important at every point in time? What is the marginal benefit? What is the marginal cost? And then compare. But some of you use your time wrongly. You spend money wrongly. Like on weekends, you want to go out and party with your friends. You have money to waste on drinks, on alcohol, but you don't have money to spend on application fees. Like, I will tell you these things. If you don't like it, you leave. I am not obsessed with like all this. Yeah, I will tell you the truth. So yeah, so put in the work. Be willing to put in the work. Like, spend days, many days. I have an interview with somebody who is a 2 times Mastercard scholar, right? He got a Mastercard to do his undergraduate and then his masters in France, right? I have an interview on that. The video is not done yet, but I have an interview. And if he tells you, Mastercard, you have to write some essays and all of that, the process is really straightforward. But then it's just the work, right? It's straightforward. This is what you should do. But then the work itself is where you have to put in some work. Like, spend time on the essay. If you spend time and you submit a good essay, you get it, right? The Mastercard in Ghana, I think his time, they selected 4 people, 4 out of, I don't know, so many people. So that's why I don't recommend all those Mastercard stuff. I don't recommend them, right? But then it is for some people, right? If you really wanna cast your net wide, then you can consider all these things, right? And it means you have to have time for yourself, right? When I interviewed him, he told me about his dedication to the study abroad process. You guys, when you watch the video, you will understand. Sometimes I don't like people coming to social media and making it look like, just apply, avoid a GRE. I will never tell anybody to avoid a GRE. No, I'll tell you that if you have strong application materials and then the school doesn't require a GRE, then fine. But if your application materials are not strong, you don't want to take the GRE, then you might end up wasting your time. So yeah, so enough of this. Sometimes I get emotional because of some of the things that I see, right? Some of the challenges of students, and I don't like it. But all right. So Don Lele is here. Okay. Francis says, Lord help us. Yeah. Everything you need is inside you. Honestly, everything you need is inside you. If you have been given everything, and it's about you to put it to work, right? Sleep. If you sometimes I don't know how to tell you, because the sacrifices that I make, right, to do what I do, if you have an idea, but yeah, you just wouldn't understand me. So Don Lele says, so it's actually good to contact professors. Contacting professors, right? It depends. With the Canadian system, yes, they require supervisors, right? By US, they don't really require you to have a supervisor. Okay, so look at this thing. Whenever you're applying to school, look at the requirements and then look at extra things, right? Contacting a supervisor is not a requirement, which means that you don't need that to get full funding. However, it is an optional thing that in some instances can help. But then if you want to contact somebody, most of the time it is just the coordinator to find out more about certain things. Maybe the school requires GRE, but the school doesn't tell you the minimum GRE requirements. Then you can reach out to the professor and ask the professor, the coordinator, right, about the minimum GRE requirements and stuff like that. And also, yeah, your email address, the email address that you are using to send that email. Look at the email address. Does it have numbers? Because yeah, if you are serious, your email address for applications has to be a professional email address, right? So that when anyone sees it, the person will take you seriously. Because if you are sending emails and then the email address is numbers, the person might not even mind you, right? All these little things, right? Quinn talks about connecting with people on LinkedIn. You never know. I have connected with several people on LinkedIn, right? So Quinn shared something in the WhatsApp group, right? About a lady, and that lady is somebody I've actually connected with, and I've actually reached out to that lady. When I saw it, I was like, oh wow, nice. You see, so when you wanna come here, you have to do so many things. Okay, well, so Brainox says, I wish you could pick me. So for the mock session, yeah, I can pick anybody. The process is really simple. You are on TikTok. All you have to do is check the link on my TikTok page, follow the link. You see WhatsApp group. You see Telegram group. Join the Telegram group. I'll post an announcement after this live session, and then once I post it, yeah, you send your details, and then typically I select one person, but sometimes I select two and all of that. There was a time I even selected 5 people. I think 5 or 6 people. That was during the peak this interview period, right? That was July. So okay, so Brainox says, okay, your cost of attendance is 37,000. 37,000, yeah, it's not bad, but at the same time, it is not just cost of attendance, right? It's about who is sponsoring you, right? Do you have any scholarship, like all these things? And if somebody is sponsoring you, is it true the person is really sponsoring you? Like, it's not easy. So yeah. Dolly says, is it by force to contact a professor? It is not. It is not a required. It is not a required, unless the program requires you to be in a lab. All those lab stuff, right? Computer science, you may have to be in a lab. So that one, you may have to reach out to a professor. But yeah, if it's not a lab, then you don't have to reach out to any professor. But like I said, these are little things. Sometimes, not all the time. Once in a while, they can help. But focus more on what is required. They are called required documents for a reason. So focus more on those things. Your statement of purpose. If there is GRE requirements, if you have to do evaluation, all these things, yeah. So what I was coming to the years, right? I did evaluation, but I didn't take the GRE because I was scared of the GRE. They told me GRE is scary and stuff like that. But if I can reverse my life, I'll take the GRE and not evaluate my transcript. I'll use the evaluation money to take the GRE. For some of you, you may have to do the evaluation because if your GPA is 2.7, then you have to do the evaluation too, because that can help you. But my GPA 3.8 out of 4.0, I didn't need the evaluation. It was just one school that I was applying to, South Dakota State, that I did the evaluation, right? and I wasted my money. I shouldn't have. Shouldn't have wasted my money like that, but I did, right? And it's part of the process. You might waste money, but yeah, it's all good. This is life. Yeah. So, all right. So Francis says, please, have they started issuing the fall semester I-20 forms? Every school is different. Some schools have started, some schools have not started. Some schools have not made funding decisions yet. For some schools, they can quickly tell you that they have not offered you assistantship. They can quickly tell you that because out of, let's say, 100 people, they know those they are considering for assistantship. So if they tell you they've not given you assistantship, it means that, yeah, it doesn't mean they've made the decision for everybody. It means there are other people who are being considered, right? But normally schools will make funding decisions in March, February, March, thereabouts. Yeah. So right now, yeah, it depends. It depends on the school. Meten says, can one do masters and PhD programs simultaneously? Yeah. In my current PhD program, right? The PhD starts with masters, so you don't need masters to do the PhD, right? You can start the PhD and then you can earn a master's degree in the process. And a lot of schools are like that, actually. So yeah, like that's why I said, if I knew, I wouldn't have applied to any master's program. If I had to wait 1 year in Ghana to prepare for the GRE and then come straight into a PhD, I would have done that instead. So yeah, it is what it is. Donale says, what should be the best score for GMAT in getting funding? I don't know the GMAT very well. What I know is the GRE, right? The GRE and the GRE too. Some of these cut-off scores, it depends on the school, right? Some schools are very competitive, so you need to have a very good one. It also depends on your GPA, right? But in my opinion, if you have like 320, I think that will get into a lot of schools. Like if in the case of GRE, I don't know how the GMAT works because I never took the GMAT, right? Francis says, I have gained admission with scholarship, but I haven't received my okay. Yeah, so if you've gained admission, you've not received the I-20. The I-20 can only be given to you after you have proven that you can fund your studies if you don't have any funding. So if you don't have any funding, it means you have to send financial documents before you can get your I-20. If you get funding, then you still have to submit your funding. Some schools, you may have to submit the funding letter you got for them to give you the I-20. So you need to prove that you can fund your studies before they can give you the I-20. It's not like as soon as you get admission, you get I-20. It doesn't work like that, right? Bakari says, got admission at St. Louis, funding 30K, deficit 47K. Any advice? Got rejected 3 times. So which means your cost of attendance is $77,000. St. Louis, I would not recommend St. Louis for graduate students. Application fee to St. Louis is free, but for graduate students, no, I would recommend it for if you're an undergraduate student. I don't even remember. Right, this is what the free application thing is about, right? I've seen a lot of people going to say with I-20s from St. Louis. I don't know, nothing really better, right? So I will not. If you're looking for funding, you have to look at schools that before you even if I were you, before I even apply to a school, I have to make sure there is at least somebody there who was fully funded. Ideally in the same program, if not the same program, at least in the school. Because why would you apply to a school when a lot of you make the mistake? You don't check for funding opportunities before you apply to a school, but that is the first thing you have to check, funding, before you even look at the requirements. Because if you meet the requirements and then there is no funding, why do you apply? No. But once you check and there is funding, the next thing is, okay, the requirements, how do I meet the requirements? That is the process you go through. Some of you see free application, quick, let me apply, waste your time. And even the recommendation letters, they are so difficult to get, and then you be chasing your professors to submit recommendation letters for you. Meanwhile, you're applying to a school that is not going to give you anything. But you can actually take your time and apply to maybe 5 schools or 6 schools, where you can get good recommendation letters. Take your time, submit something solid. Students don't want to do that, right? Somebody will apply to 20 schools. Like, why would you apply to 20 schools? So you guys are making, and I cannot come and be, telling you, oh, this YouTuber is deceiving you, or this person is. A lot of them, they just want you to click. They just make videos because of clickbait. They want you to click on them. I cannot come and tell you don't watch this person's. No, you have to be discerning, and you have to when you come to me, I'll tell you what the reality is, and then you can compare who is doing the right thing and who is deceiving you, right? And I can tell you in the study abroad space, there's nobody as honest as me. No, there is nobody. It's not possible. Because either the person is as honest as me or less, because I've seen a lot of things and I don't like it. But it's not for me to be telling you these things, but sometimes I just get emotional but well. So JK says, what school would be best and course for me? No, it doesn't work like that. The study abroad process doesn't work like this. No. There's nothing like best school, best. No. It depends. You have to learn how the process works. You have to explore. Every school has their own requirements and stuff like that. It depends on your background, what you have done, like so many things. It's not like there's no one school for anybody. No. There are thousands of schools in the US, and you have to spend some time, a lot of time actually, many days, to go through the process, and then you know which school will be good for you before you apply. So it's not like one school for you. No, it doesn't work like that. So Akantara says, please, if your degree certificate is in French, should you translate it before applying? This one, your degree in French, I'm not too sure which program you're applying to. If you're coming to the US, they require I think every school will require you to translate your transcript to English, because you're coming to study in an English speaking country, right? What I don't know is if you're coming to study a French program. I don't know how that one works, but even that one, every school will require you to have some English proficiency to prove that you can speak English. So this is something you can actually write to the school to find out, right? Because I will not be able to tell you, and you can listen to one admission officer, but then that admission officer can tell you about their school. So you have to send emails to every single school you are interested in, not just one school, because things differ, right? Margaret says, please, I got admission to Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, but funding wasn't stated. What do you mean by funding wasn't stated? The thing I was saying is that whether you get funding or not, most of it depends on the application you have already submitted, the beginning. So it is not after you have admission that you are now looking for funding. No, you can get funding from other departments outside the school, outside the departments and all of those things. But those ones, how many assistantships are there? Maybe 5 for the whole school or something. Or international office, maybe they will give funding to maybe 2 people. Those fundings, they are not enough. The best funding is your department. Your department has more funding than anywhere else. So that is what you focus on. And that one, you can get it by submitting a solid application. Spend days on your application materials. That's just the way it is. So when you say funding wasn't stated, it is difficult for me to give you an answer, because is it that they've told you they don't have funding for you, or what? Right? If they don't have funding for you, there are a few options. You can try to look for funding in outside your department, which is hard, but you can try. And then you can also do everything again. Forget about this academic year, right? This fall, and then look at what you didn't do right, and then try to improve those things, and then reapply or apply to other schools. That's the thing. That's just the way it is, right? Because funding is very competitive. Like I'm telling you, there are a lot of Indians in the US, and one of the reasons is that they can fund themselves, but then these Indians too, they are very good at taking the GRE. They are willing to take the GRE, but in our countries it's like, oh, it's hard, don't take it. That was what I thought, that it's hard, I should not take it. But sometimes you just have to still go ahead and then try it and see, right? So we are reluctant in taking all this stuff. But the SAT, people will reach out to me, they want full scholarship to do their undergraduate studies, they don't have the SAT, and you want full scholarship, you think it's easy? It's not easy like that, right? It's not easy. There is this Tyrone, right? Tyrone, is that, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Tyrone, this Ghanaian guy who had Rastafarian, who had issues with his school, right, in Ghana. He had 8 A's in his WASI, all A's. Yet he took the SAT and then he got full scholarship. Some people don't even have good WASI results, and they don't even want to take SAT. Like, and they work for scholarship as well. Like it's not, it's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work. Yeah. There's something that came to mind, and one day I'll talk about it, but not today, right? Okay. So Bakri says, which university will you recommend for good funding for bachelor's degree? For undergraduate studies, the process is so simple. If you want to do undergraduate studies, it's even simpler, because all you have to do is at least get a good high school transcript, not excellent, but at least good, like maybe 3.5 or something GPA, and then have the SAT. That will get you a full scholarship. But if you don't have the SAT, you are chasing full funding, and don't waste your time. Go to the school in your country, come here for your master's or PhD, right? So Dixon says, Ghanaians are really taking GRE. I was surprised my GRE class was made up of 50 people. Oh wow, that's good to know. Then things are changing, yeah. Because in my time, things were not this difficult. I think now it's very difficult. So you have to do every little thing that can enhance your chances. You have to do it. Yeah. So all right, let me look at other comments, because I think I've lingered on here for okay. Tara from Angola on Facebook. Okay, hi Tara. And then okay, let's look at YouTube, right? YouTube, I have neglected the people on YouTube for a while. Isa is here, Benson is here. Isa, okay, Isa says, hey, 75,000. Wow, the company loves you. That's the thing. The company sponsored with 75,000. It's a lot of money, you know. Leslie says, hello Shai, watching you live. Okay, hi Leslie. Augusta, hi. Leslie says, your company wants to sponsor you with 75k US dollars, but has never sponsored you to a seminar or anything outside Ghana. Wow, exactly, right? Normally, before a company will sponsor you like that, a company, would have sponsored you to another country, maybe South Africa or Nigeria, for you to do something like, attend a conference or something, so that you can even mention that when they ask you in your answer, or about your funding and stuff like that. But without these things, it's really difficult to convince the visa officer that your current company wants to spend that much on you, right? So Ike says, hello Shai, greetings from the west side of Tadi. Okay. Yeah, I know Tadi very well. I've been to Tadi so many times. So Benson says, that's too much teaching there. Yeah, it's a lot. Okay, Leslie says, a family company willing to spend 75k excuse me, willing to spend 75k US dollars. The VO will not waste much time on you. It's not easy. Justice says, interview minutes. Yeah, Justice, so like I think you've heard it, right? You heard what I said. Kehinde Steven says, okay, from Nigeria. Koko says, hi Shai. Florence, okay, Florence from Lagos. Florence baby. Hey, Florence is a baby. Florence sorry. Florence from Lagos. And then Bestina says, Benson says, tomorrow I have an academic interview. Please pray for me. Good luck to you, Benson. Good luck to you, okay? I think he asked me about something last week, right? I told you a few things last week, yeah. Makina says, okay, greetings. Bakari says, GRE is waived, so I applied with 2 published papers and 4 under review for my MA program, along with 3.4 out of 5. What's your view on this? Well, you have extra stuff, right? There are 2 published papers. There are extra things that in some instances can help you, right? But it is difficult to say, because the 3.44 out of 5, I don't know what that is in terms of like on a scale of 4.0. I don't know what that is, but yeah. So the thing about the GRE is that even if they waive it, right, if some people submit it and the scores are good, those people will have an advantage over you. So it depends. It's competition, right? It depends on those you are competing with, what they are submitting. If they are submitting something better than you, right, then they will be ahead of you. But so it depends. The application process, it is not just one thing in isolation. No, it's they look at all the documents, recommendation letters, statement of purpose, resume, transcripts, right, which your GP, right, and then if you have the GRE, like all these things, they consider everything and then publish papers. But first of all, they have to look at the required documents before they will look at the extra things, including publications, reaching out to professors, like these things. But those ones they have minimal impact, in my opinion. I mean, if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, I can change this right in future. But in my opinion, the requirements are the most important things. If you meet them first and you submit something solid, yeah, then you can look at the extra things, right? Reaching out to, I know people who reach out to coordinators, who reached out to professors that they want them to be their supervisors. They go to the US, they realize that, oh, these professors didn't even have any influence on the GA that they got, right? I all these things are there. So yeah. All right. Asante says, hi Shai, is it okay to negotiate a scholarship amount given to you by a school? Well, typically the school give you what they have, right? I am not too sure about this in terms of, like, the school is giving you what they can offer, right, based on the funding that they have that has been allocated to them. So it is difficult for me to, no, I don't think so, but you can, you can try that and see, but I'm not too sure you can negotiate the scholarship. You can try to ask for more, right? Try to reason with them, try to explain things to them, how this is going to help you. That one is there. But to negotiate as if they owe you something in a way, or yeah, that one, no, not negotiation, but you can reach out and try to reason with them, to be a bit more considerate, right? In a way, yeah, that one can work. Faith says, please, what is a published paper? Yeah, published paper is a paper that has been published in a journal, right? You write a paper, you do a research, and then when you finish, you submit it to a journal, to publish it for you, right? Asante says, what do you think about enrollment deposit, please? Well, the enrollment deposit, I am not a fan of enrollment deposit. I don't like enrollment deposit, so I will always avoid a school that requires enrollment deposit. There is one school that requires enrollment deposit that I think I like, because they have funding. They have a lot of funding. Illinois State, I think Illinois State, they require enrollment, but they have a lot of funding, right? So yeah, but I always avoid all those enrollment. And you can always check whether the school requires something before you even submit the application. You can always check this thing, right? I don't like enrollment deposit. I feel like, yeah, but then there are some schools that if your visa is denied, they will refund your enrollment deposit. I like those ones, right? Because it's like, okay, there is no risk. But then the other ones that when your visa is denied, yeah, the money is non-refundable. So I don't like those ones, because it's like they're taking your money like unfairly in a way. So, but then the enrollment deposit is also your commitment, right, to attend the school. So it's like, okay, by paying the enrollment deposit, I'm saying that I will come. So reserve my spot for me. So that's the whole point, right, of the enrollment deposit. But if I go for the visa interview and then I'm denied, in which means I cannot come. So why don't you give me my money back, right? So that's why I have an issue. But Justice says, got partial funding and graduate employment at Suffolk University. Deficit left is 23,000 is a lot of money, man. It's really a lot of money. It depends if your family can sponsor you a little bit. If your family can sponsor you with, let's say, 10,000, then maybe the 13,000, the campus employment can help you a little bit to take care of that. But I don't know, I don't know. So Asante says, should I apply to schools that offer graduate assistantships only after enrollment and completing the first semester? I am scared of those schools. Any school that says they give assistantship after first semester, I am scared of those schools, because it is not guaranteed. You can apply and then they will not give you the assistantship. You can come and then the first semester will end and they will tell you that, oh, they don't have funding. My interview with Samuel talked about the fact that the school promised him that, oh, they will have funding and all of that, and he was pushing. He got to campus, he reached out to them, they said, oh, the department is new and so they don't have funding yet and all of that. But he had already secured funding, right, outside the department. If not, man, it would have been brutal for him, like brutal. So I don't rely on first semester. I don't know, if you have funding, give it to me before I come. I don't like you telling me to, no, I don't like that kind of thing, because there is no guarantee, right? It depends on your performance and also the funding availability. But yeah, I don't rely on those stuff. Okay, Kende is here. Okay, Kende, and then Kende and her sister Tai. So Tai and Kende are here. I hope to see you guys one day. Okay. Watson says, "Hi, Sha, I would like to ask you this question." So Watson, you just have to go straight to the point and ask. Okay. Lucky says, "Please, I have received admission offer to KSU, and I have submitted a GA application as required by the department. Will you recommend I find a way to get a bank statement and start with I-20? So, which means you want to process your visa with the I-20 that doesn't have funding, right? It's like you're taking a risk, and this life, everybody's life is different, right? If you know you have some magic that you can do to get your visa approved, and you are very sure that you are very sure you're going to get assistantship, then fine. But my personal thing is, like, if I were you, I would not do that, because what is the guarantee that without a funding you get your visa approved? What if you waste your money? And the visa interview, the thing is that if you go the second time, it might take longer than the first one, because you have to prove a lot more, right? So I will wait, because we are still in February. Why don't you wait until March? Even if you get your GA in April, you still have time to process your visa. So why don't you wait, right? I will not. I think all of us, we are not patient. All of us, everybody is not patient. We all want things done quickly, right? But sometimes we just have to learn to exercise some patience, because if you are not patient, you make a lot of mess. Like you make a lot of mistakes in life. So let's try to be a bit more patient, right? Just wait for the school. And Robert says, when is the right time for you to apply for university if you're considering assistantships and fellowships? So there are 3 admission cycles, right? Or admission periods, 3 main, right? There is summer, there is spring, there is fall. If you want funding or assistantships and fellowships, apply to come in fall, right? So that is the first thing. The second thing is that you should submit your application by the end of December. That's what the ideal thing, right? Submit it early, so that your recommenders can actually have enough time to submit the recommendation letters, and the school will also consider you more seriously, will consider your application more seriously, and and all of that. All these things can actually help, right? So that's what I would do. Watson says, I live in Madrid with a temporary residence. So when I was filling the DX1C, I used my address in Ghana as my permanent location, but there is a place I use my address in Madrid because they requested. Okay, permanent address. So I am in the US, right? I've lived in the US for 8 years, but my permanent address is still Ghana, right? Because that's where I was born, right? So permanent address, that's where I was born, so that's what I use all the time, right? Okay, so I don't think there is your local address, which is where you live, which is your address, your current address, and then there is the permanent address. Your permanent address is more like your home, your permanent home, right? Where you intend to be, for the rest of your life or something, in a way. All right. Lucky, you are saying, should I wait for the GA response, which will come in May? I will wait, right? I will wait that, because I've been telling you guys, you will definitely get a date in June and July. My only concern is the I-20, whether you can get it on time. But the I-20, I think you guys, you print it, unlike our time where you have to actually receive it. You receive a physical copy, but yours is different now. So I will wait honestly. And probably it's not the only school. If you have applied to other schools, when those ones come early and then they have funding, then you can use whichever one to process your visa, and then when you arrive in the US, you can always decide on the one that you prefer. Watson says, I have an Empower loan. What are my chances? Well, good luck to you. Samson says, okay. Justice says, have you conducted an interview with someone who was going to study a master's in public administration or public policy? I don't even remember. This is today's mock session is mock session 37, right? 37 means I've interviewed more than 37 people, because there was even a time I interviewed like 5 people, right? There were times I used to interview 3 people, 2 people, and all of that. Sometimes 1 person. So yeah, which means I've interviewed a lot of people, actually, a lot. So yeah, so it's difficult for me to remember. Public administration is difficult, but it doesn't matter, right? Everybody's story is different, so focus on why you need the program yourself. Right? So all right, Ruby says, please, I've gotten admission at Union Commonwealth University without funding, but living expenses and tuition is around 10,000. Do I have a chance for this question? I get a lot. You guys still don't understand the visa interview process. Like, you guys don't understand the visa interview process. That's why you guys go and you are denied. Sometimes I can look at somebody's profile. I'm like, no, don't go for the interview. The person will not listen. He'll go and he'll be denied, because everything is clear. You can actually tell who will be approved and who will not be approved. Like, with maybe 85% accuracy, right? I think maybe, because you can see the profile and you be like, oh yeah, this thing, yeah. Sometimes we just don't want to tell people that we just don't want to say it, like raw like that, because you don't want people to feel bad. But sometimes you can actually tell whether the person has a good chance or not, right? But if you tell me you have a living your living expenses and tuition of 10,000, that doesn't even say anything. The visa officer is like, okay, 10,000 is still a lot of money. Okay, if you are a Ghanaian, right? If you convert 10,000, don't call you a Ghanaian. The name is a Ghanaian name. $10,000, when you convert it to Ghana cedis, right? Old Ghana cedis, that's more than 1 billion, right? 1.5 billion or so. Not many people have it in Ghana, right? No, not like, well, a lot of people have it, but at the same time, not many. Majority of the population don't have that in their savings, right? Majority of Ghanaians don't have that. So even 10,000 is still a lot of money. You have to prove to the visa officer that whoever is sponsoring that deficit is capable. So it's not just the small deficit. Yeah, a small deficit is always good, right? It's always good, but it's not enough, right? It's not enough. So okay, Kennedy and Tai, okay. Yeah, I hope to see you very soon, right? All right. Where do we go again? Okay. Okay. Theodore says, great job. Okay. UCC. Yeah. University of choice. George Washington University is requesting enrollment fee, but has more funding opportunities. But I fear. Yeah, this is the thing about life, right? In life, you have to take risk. If you cannot take any risk in life, you can never achieve anything. So sometimes, yeah, if you are convinced about your chances, then even if the school requires enrollment deposit, you have to pay, right? It's 50-50, and if you pay, let's say, enrollment deposit of $500 and then they don't give you funding, yeah, it will pain you, right? It will hurt you, but at the same time, it is life. You cry, you wipe your tears, you learn from it, you move on, and then something good will happen. That's just the way life is. So don't think about it very well. And you never know nobody knows. Most of us, like, nobody knows all the time what a good decision is, right? Once in a while, yeah, we can know that, okay, this is a bad decision, but most of the time we don't know what a good decision is. So yeah, you might want to take your chances. That is not something I can really say much about, right? This one is about you. You know yourself very well, and you might want to, yeah. If you're not sure, if I were in your shoes, right, will I pay it? No, because I have my bias, right? I have told you guys that already, that everybody talks based on their background and who they are and all of that. I like a bit more certainty, right? And so if I instead of me paying $300 as enrollment deposit, I'll use the money to do certain things. Maybe pay the application fees, take a GRE or something. Because George Washington University, the cost of attendances will probably be about 60,000 or so, or 70,000, which is still a lot of money. So if they give you funding, how much will that funding be? Will the funding be able to take care of everything? All these things, you have to think about it very well. So my
personal bias will compel me to look elsewhere, right? I will not go on with it. So all right, I think we have to wrap up because yeah, I think it's okay. Francis says, please, have they given the interview dates? What do you mean? Okay, Don Lily says, God bless you. Okay. Offery, okay, well done. Ivy says, what if you get a deficit of 15k? Is that okay? Yeah, Ivy, I think I've explained, right? A deficit of 50k doesn't say anything, right? It depends. It depends. If you have a deficit of 15k and then you can get some campus job that can support you. The campus job, the thing is that you're not going to get much from the campus job. In a month, doing a campus job, in a month, you will not make $1,000. No, you not even, I'm even saying thousand. You not make $1,000, especially US here, they will take taxes and all of that, the taxes. So you are not going to make $1,000 in a month doing a campus job. And a semester is, let's just say 4 months, right? So 4,000. You have a deficit of 15,000. Campus job will not be able to take care of that for you, right? So these are some of the things, right? O2O says, okay, bless you. Yeah. So TikTok, I think we are done here. I think I've answered everybody's question. Now I always say, if I skip your question, it doesn't mean I did it deliberately, because I always try to answer everything. So if I skip it, it just means that I didn't see it. The way the thing shows up here, sometimes it's just difficult to see everything. So, but if I miss it, you can always ask next week. Okay. So TikTok, thanks for joining. And okay, Instagram, I have a question here. Trim says, I have admission from Norfolk State, and they said I'll get my credentials after 10 days, but it's been 20 business days now and I don't seem to know what to do. I've tried contacting the program coordinator, but yeah, so Trim, yeah, just don't worry about this. There is still time. Okay, just give them a bit of time, give them some time, because yeah, we are in February. There is time, so just wait a little bit, because sometimes these things, yeah, they take time, right? They have a lot of things they are attending to, so yeah, just don't worry about it. Just wait a little bit. All right. Okay, so YouTube, let's just send it on YouTube quickly, and then we can so let me just do the last one on YouTube. Ozioma says, hi Shai, I got admission to O'Neill School with 50% automatic scholarship and fellowship with 50% tuition remission, and fellowship with 50% automatic remission, but they said I have to pay $200 for enrollment. Can I ask them for a waiver? So based on what you are describing, does it mean you don't have any deficits? Is that what it means? If the school has given you a fellowship and all these things covering everything, then yeah, you can in life, you never know, right? You can always ask. If you ask, you can always, Edwina asked for application fee, even though the school didn't give application fees, and she was given the application fee. The application fee was paid for her, right? So yeah, you can ask for that and see. But in your case, if they are giving you everything, then don't even think about it too much. Go ahead and pay the $200 if you have no deficit. If you will have no deficits, right? So yeah, thanks guys. I really appreciate all of you, your time. Yeah, I really appreciate it, and hopefully, okay. So next Saturday, I don't know. Maybe we'll just answer more. We'll just do study abroad live session or something. We'll see. Yeah, so those of you who want to be interviewed next week, just send your stuff to me on Telegram, and then we'll take it from there. I hope you all have a good week. Bye-bye.
Welcome to my first video. My name is Shaibu. The goal of this channel is first to help students get admission and funding into schools abroad. Secondly, to